Welcome to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Today's video is going to be a short one, just talking about upcoming picks that I have selected for my Patreon community, and if you want a bottle, how to get your hands on one. I've got over a handful of single barrel picks coming available very soon. These are made first available to my paid Patreon members. Link in the description below, or I'll put it up there. The highest tiers get first access, obviously, and after the barrel has made it through all tiers and everybody has purchased as many bottles as they'd like, if there are any bottles remaining, they'll go to the free Patreon tier and then to the ADHD Whiskey Facebook group. But if any of these upcoming barrel selections look like something that you don't want to miss, head on over to Patreon, become a paid member, and you will have first access. First up, dropping this Friday, is this. My Forgate single barrel, which is an 8-year, 9-month Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey that shares the same mash bill as Four Roses. Is that where it was distilled? Oh. It's 108.4 proof, and it's finished in California red wine cask. UPS literally just dropped this off and kicked my box against my door, and I just opened it, and it's still a bit chilly, still a bit chilled. But let me tell you this. Why did that go so much better in my head? It's a very desserty, delicious raspberry chocolate whiskey. Son of a bitch. Wow. It's all over my crotch, all over my shirt. Sometimes you don't think before you do stuff. Full tasting notes will be available to Patreon before the pick drops, but upon first impression, even though it's cold, is that it's also wet. I can feel that on my man parts. My man parts are wet now. This bottle I call Love Potion. Because nothing creates better love potion than roses, wine, whiskey, and me, realistically. Shortly after the Forgate pick drops, I'm gonna have 2 single barrels from Barrel King. These are the only single barrels that will be sold not through bourbonoutfitter.com, but instead through Barrel King's website. We have batch 62 Candyland and batch 67 Cherry Quicksand. These are both cask strength, 36% rye MGP bourbons. Jared calls them single barrel pluses because these barrels were single barrels, but then with a little addition to them to make them pop. Can I call them 11-year MGP bourbons? No, because 3% of it is 9-year. But I will call it 11-year MGP bourbon, but I won't mean it. Those 2 from Barrel King, dropping very soon. Also, a Ben Holiday barrel I chose a few months back should be bottled any time now. It's their original recipe 1 barrel. If you're interested in, the details, those are the details on the barrel right there. And then a Green River Foolproof pick, probably the most value-driven, high-quality single barrel bourbon on the market right now. I'm super pumped to get this thing bottled and then in my mouth. Both of these should be dropping on Patreon in the next couple months. And then last but certainly not least, just got back from Kentucky a couple weeks ago where I did a Russell's Reserve single barrel pick. It's a Tyrone Warehouse F. And according to Bruce Russell, that barrel should be bottled before the end of the year. I know this wasn't a super entertaining video, but I did want to make it so that Patreon members know what is coming, and also people who ask me questions about how to get their hands on my single barrels know how to get their hands on my single barrels. So that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Matt, this is ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on spiders, and how when it gets cold outside here in Colorado, the spiders come inside. And what the hell, man? They are big and jumpy and fat, scary. I don't like spiders. Time to go change my pants. Bye.